right, my boy Hustler just turned the radio off because we know there's like licensing issues on YouTube or whatever for songs and stuff. But we're working on something. I'm gonna hand the camera off here. Got a couple of issues here with the Beamer, the BMW. Yeah, the BMW.
AKA Bessie.
Yeah, AKA Bessie. Her name's Bessie because Jennifer says it looks like a big cow. That's where the cow print came from. Now we got a couple broken bolts on the head here, and on top of that I need to got some new push rods for the valves. I'll probably install those. I did the valves less than 10,000 miles ago, but I think most guys do an interval of like 12, or maybe that's what the book calls for. I think 4-inch real socket here. So yeah, we're just gonna replace these broken bolts, and if we have time, we'll change out these push rods. I guess it's some kind of newer design push rod. Here, I'll pull one out. Let's see. I guess the old one has like a little press-fitted thing in it, and if you look at these new push rods, it's almost like it's got like a little dumbbell on the end of it, and it's solid. The old ones have like a press-fitted cap in it, and I guess over time it comes loose, so you'll hear the top end kind of tapping a lot. Which, then again, I've always heard tappy valves are happy valves, but
yeah,
when they start really tapping, I get a little nervous. So.
And John Boy's got a thing for noises.
Yeah, I need to just wear earplugs most of the time. Yeah, coming from a guy that rides a Harley, what kind of pipe do you have on your bike?
Straight.
Yeah. Might as well not have a pipe, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's louder than the usual Harley too. It doesn't matter where I ride.
Yeah.
Leo, whether if I'm in front of him or behind him or across town, I can still hear his bike.
Yeah.
It's
loud pipes save lives.
Yeah. Yeah, or makes him go deaf.
Or make, yeah, what?
Yeah, there are literally things that make noise on my bike that
drowns out.
with
Yeah.
that kind of exhaust you would not hear.
Yeah.
You would not hear. Yeah. Well, there's noises on my bike that I don't hear when I'm beside Leo. So. We should probably get some kind of drain pan because there might be a little oil in here. Yeah, I don't know how much oil we're gonna lose. I probably could tilt the bike a little bit, but yeah, I'm a noob. I'm a goon.
Noob.
This.
What a noob.
I have done the valves before. I don't remember it being that difficult of a process. It's definitely not like doing valves on like my dirt bike, where you gotta pull the top end off, replace shims. It's kind of a pain.
That was a little difficult, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta pull the tank off.
That's nice about the Beamers. Everything's on the side there.
I think these are the two bolts that we got that are broken off, so we're gonna have to try to easy out those things out.
Extraction.
Yep.
Like a dentist.
Yeah. Of course, when we put these things back on, I'll use a little bit more official tool, and a torque wrench will torque these things back on the spec. They're probably broken. Wouldn't surprise me if they're broken because they were over torqued or put on with a hand wrench. They were broken the last time I had the bike. I had the top end off, or the cover off. And I just chose to use my existing 2 bolts to hold the head on, but I have been riding around a little nervous because all it would take is this thing to flex a little bit, and the head's going to want to come off. Yep, there's a little oil right there. A little drippy. Let's see here, let's pull this. I forgot what we got to do to get this thing off. I know there's a tool. BMW has a tool for everything. Probably should have done that before.
Yeah. I think you just yank it off, right?
I'm not sure. I know I've watched videos. I don't think that was me.
Yeah.
It may have been somebody else. This bike had a lot of miles on it before I got it, but I watched videos where they caution against using pliers or a screwdriver because this piece is kind of brittle and will snap and break. So let me see if I can find a tool, something to get this thing off with, maybe like a little hook. I'm putting this bolt back in so I can actually get some leverage on this thing. I don't want to. Oh yeah, we're leaking some good oil here now.
I don't know if that'll do anything.
I don't want to hammer this thing up too bad. I'm just going to try to massage this thing out here. There we go. There, that seemed to work pretty well. Just going to hang this thing over here out of the way. Hey, look. Looks like a piece of hay or brush or something. I don't know where that came from. I think is that all I got to pull off of here? Now, just a heads up, I'm not a professional mechanic. I write programming and code. I can figure out most things.
Yeah,
mechanical.
Smartest guy I know.
But not too smart at keeping a shop clean. I tend to. I'm actually impressed that I've kept the oil in the pan for as long as I have. Because usually, whenever Leo leaves me unattended and he comes back out, I'm out here just. It's like a slip and slide session on the floor with all the oil that I tend to spill everywhere. So this might be an educational video. It might be a comical video. Who knows? All right. Yeah, those push rods, I think. I'm not mistaken. Where are they? I'll have to look at the manual. I think they're up in here. I think they're some up in here. I think I got to pull this whole assembly off. We'll do some research before I just rip everything apart. I'm a little cautious about this, but yeah, we'll see what's going on. But if you'll see here, I've got a broken bolt there and a broken bolt in here. I don't know what we're going to do to extract those. I could either take a Dremel and etch a line in it, or we might try to use an easy out. Leo's usually our hustler.
Looks like an easy out.
Yeah.
Just drill the middle. And
Hustler's pretty good at these things. He's a lot better than me. So.
Nah.
All right. Well, let's pause the video and come up with a plan, and then we'll either show what we're doing, or we'll just kind of
recap.
Resume right in the middle of the chaos. Yeah. All right. Good though. All right. We're back.
We're back. We got the official BMW ice pick to poke a little hole in the middle or on the side. There it is. All right.
It's hard to see, but he's basically just made a little guide, a little punch there.
This is just a Home Depot Ryobi screw extractor. It's like people know them as easy outs. So we're gonna go with size number 1.
That's Grandpa. You hear in the background.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody knows what the hell he's talking about half the time.
He's like Boomhauer. He just talks. Yeah. It's actually going in quite nicely. If you see oil dripping out, you've gone too far.
That could be a costly mistake.
We might have to get like a vice grip on there or something. It's kind of usually you have a T-handle, but probably won't be able to put a T-handle on there.
Yeah, too much in the way.
I think it's moving already, Jumbo.
Look at that. It sure is. Excellent.
Excellent.
Nice job.
All right.
Perfect. One down, one to go. And this is why I let my boy Hustler do this stuff. Because if I were to do it, I'd end up replacing the whole head.
I'd be like, oh man, what happened?
This did seem to go a lot smoother than the
truck.
than the Ram.
That's right, the Ram. We still gotta do that one.
Yeah, we have the driver's side left to do. My truck has header bolts that have snapped off, and it's I guess it's a pretty common thing for the Hemis on the Ram trucks for it to happen. We did the passenger side already, but it's
That's right. You can't get me off.
yeah, we had a hard time drilling into those bolts and using an easy out on it. So I ended up welding. ended up welding another bolt to the broken bolt, and then extracted it that way.
Yeah, guys, always protect your inside of the motor from anything.
Yeah. Let me see a light, like a little flashlight or something. So what happened was we weren't paying attention. We weren't really protecting the engine block from any kind of shavings, and I happened to see a little shaving go through, which I don't know if you can see it, but it's on the tip of this little pick here. I was able to get it out, but yeah, you gotta put a rag or a towel or
Pink duct tape.
or pink duct tape. That'll keep us from getting any more shavings down here.
Some Jody grips. Inside joke.
Can't leave people hanging though.
No.
Yeah. I have for the longest time called vice grips Jody grips because I used to have a friend in North Carolina and his name was Jody. And if he didn't have any other tool in his toolbox, he had pairs of vice grips. And he had a mini truck, and half of his mini truck was held together with vice grips. Yeah.
Going out for Jody, buddy. What's up, Jody?
Yeah.
Is it?
There it is. Yeah, nice job, dude.
All right.
Yeah, I would not have done as well of a job. Luckily, this other side of the engine is not as exposed, but there are some shavings, so we'll clean this up a little bit and clean everything up. This will be ready for some new bolts, which I do have. I got some brand new parts here from BMW. Got a couple new bolts. Yeah, oh, and they do love their product, that's for sure. That's what that BMW stands for. Broke my wallet. Yeah, but it is what it is. Okay, so I'm gonna get ready to change these push rods. I'm probably gonna have to adjust the valves. I can't remember what the specs are. I'll have to look that information up in a minute. But what I've done is I've put the bike in a high gear. I rotated the rear wheel to relieve tension off of these valves, and I've got both the intake and exhaust where they're just kind of loose and tapping. That way when I pull this assembly off, it won't be under pressure, and the push rod should reside up under here. So we're going to change those out on this side. I'll look the specs up for the valves. I'll readjust the valves, and we'll put this valve cover back on with our brand new bolts that we'll be able to put in, since boy Hustler was able to get those those broken bolt shafts out for me. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to be removing this and then these two here. This assembly is going to have to come out. All right, so we got this part off here. It came off pretty easy, just as I expected. We're gonna pull these off. The push rod should be back up in here, so I'm just gonna set the camera aside. And I don't know how easy these things come on or off here.
Or you know what you can try, John Boy?
What's that?
Maybe, I don't know what these little guys are for. Might be some kind of,
Oh, or maybe this thing pulls out.
maybe like a retainer or something. I don't know. Not sure. I'm just
Possible.
kind of looking at it. Yeah.
I think you might be right. Kind of wondering if I should even post this on YouTube or not, because I kind of look like amateur hour here.
Those are the best.
That one.
Those are the best videos. Though.
Maybe we should watch somebody else's YouTube video. I was trying to find one while ago, and I was having a hard time finding one, to be honest with you. I can find all kinds of videos of people adjusting the valves, but actually changing these things out, not so much. Okay, so I double checked. Looks like the best way is to pull these screws out, and this will come out, and this assembly will come off. Probably should have done a video of it. Literally, once this comes off, the push rod just comes right out. Good thing is somebody has already put in these updated push rods, so I'm not going to bother changing these on this side. I'll hang on to the parts that I have as spares. Maybe I'll change them later on in the future, but these things, they look fine. So we're going to button all this back up. We'll look up the specs on all these head bolts here, tighten everything down properly, and close it up for this side. I'll recheck the valve spacing, and if that needs to be adjusted, I'll adjust it. If not, we'll button everything up and put the cover back on. All right.